Hey guys, Randy back here with you on Tool Tuesday, and the tool of today is the medieval torture device, also known as the prong collar. Today I'm going to talk about the prong collar in detail. I'm also going to give you guys, in our opinion, how it was designed and what types of, what parts of canine learning theory it really focuses on. So whether you love this tool or hate it or any of the tools that we go over, our goal is to educate, to tell you exactly what we would do from a training perspective and how we use it and to what degree we would use that too. So not every tool we show here is for every single dog or person. The people have to like the tool and be willing to use it, and it has to be effective on the canine. So today we're going to talk about the prong collar. So let's get started. The particular prong collar I've chose to use today, size is called a 3.0, and it's made by a company called Herm Springer. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that make prong collars. Do your own research, do your own choices. We use Herm Springer for a bunch of reasons, and going into all those details, it would take longer than this 5-minute video allows me to. But we do think that it's more durable and they make a better product, that's all. So, the prong collar, believe it or not, even though, based on how it looks, was designed not to harm your dog. It really was. It was designed to be a communication device to your dog, to tell your dog, when you feel this particular pressure that's contacting your body, we want you to stop doing what you're currently doing and make a new choice to release the pressure. That's the long and the short of it. We talk about pressure a lot when we talk about, last week when we went over the haughty, and then the week before when we went over the remote collar. All of these concepts rely on teaching a dog that their particular behavior, whatever they choose, will either add pressure or remove pressure. People ask, why do you focus on pressure so much? Well, in dog training, in general, all dogs, no matter what the breed, no matter what the size, no matter what the age, all focus on 4 things. They all want 4 things, and they're simple. They want to start good things, they want to end bad things, they want to avoid ending the good, and they want to avoid starting the bad. All of this, pressure in its most purest sense, assuming the dog does not like it, the dog will choose to do something else. And it doesn't have to be intense. However, when people look at this particular tool, it looks intense. Let's just face it. It looks like it's from medieval times. It's horrible. If I could figure out a way to make these look better, that would be awesome. But they use 2 concepts when teaching a dog, to make new choices based on what it's currently doing. Concept number 1 is known as negative reinforcement. Now, I'm not going to get all geeky with you here today, but I am going to tell you that negative, the first part of this, does not necessarily mean bad. It simply means removal. So think about negative every time I say it as a mathematical term, and it means remove, so minus. Reinforcement, on the other end, is always, no matter how you look at it, if something is reinforcing to a dog, it is increasing probability that what they just did will continue. So, negative meaning removal, reinforcement meaning increase or grow in probability. That's all we're doing. All dog training is all about probability. It's never ever done, and it's never perfected to the point where you're like, oh, training's over with. No, never. So don't let anybody tell you that. Anyway, this uses negative reinforcement by allowing the prongs that are on here, which are, by the way, if you can see, this particular one has rounded prongs, by far what I recommend. Anyway, when it goes on, it clenches and the dog stops. Now, the dog will pull, the dog may jump, they do a lot of things, but if the pressure remains on, that will be what is removed from the situation. So when they make their new behavior that you want to reinforce, it releases, the prongs release, and at that point, whatever they just did, looking at you, yielding to you, is reinforced. That's the negative reinforcement aspect. The second concept of a prong collar that really hammers everything home is it's known as opposition reflex. Opposition reflex happens when you hook a leash and collar to a dog that like a flat collar, flat buckle collar with their name badges on it. When they lean into it, the back part of the collar actually pulls off, and it's like me leaning against you. And you're not just going to topple over, you're going to lean back against me. The dog leans into the pressure, and most of the time, the human on the other end of the leash makes the pressure continue by moving. So the dog learns from a very young age that all they got to do is lean towards that pressure, which is a natural instinct, to pull the human. The prong collar is going to help you with that as well, without any added pressure from you. So the prong collar does not require you to pull and to yank and to pull up and to do a lot of things. Really, all it requires you to do is stay still, and it eliminates a lot of the strength necessary to use a flat collar in training. This right here was designed not to harm your dog and to make your life easier. It's just a tool, guys, a tool to make your life easier. So many of the prongs come loose. This is how you take the prong collar on and off. Very, very simple. I like to show you another video in detail how we put it on a dog and not, but I just wanted to go over the details of this particular tool, what it was designed to do. It was designed to teach the dog how to yield to leash pressure, how to make new choices when it feels the pressure. It was designed not to harm your dog, and it was designed to, combat that opposition reflex that a dog naturally has. That way, when they feel the pressure from their leash and their handler, that they yield to it. There's a lot of cool aspects to use when teaching this. I'd love to show you more, but I wanted to go over the details of this and what it's used for. It is not meant to inflict pain so your dog stops all behaviors. You see somebody with one of these and they're constantly pulling and constantly jerking, either two things have happened. Number one, the dog's habituated to this pressure, meaning that they've been allowed to pull and yank and nothing happens when they don't. Or they simply just don't understand the concepts that it applies to dog training. So if you have any questions about the prong collar or any other of the tools we presented, feel free to hit us up below, contact us directly, or stop by for a visit. We're over here in Florence. We'd love to help anybody out. But anyway, the prong collar, not designed to be this big bad, this big bad thing that you don't want to buy. Honestly, it's one of my most favorite tools. I've got a few of them. This is just one. So it's not for every dog, but a lot of dogs are very affected very positively by this, and owners love it once they figure out how they can use it and how it can help them. So anyway, thanks for watching our Tool Tuesday with the prong collar and Smart Dog School. Any questions, let me know. Thanks a lot. Have a great week. See ya.